Well, I know one time I hung out with you, and there was this stunningly handsome guy. It felt like he was with you, but steps away. And I'm standing there with you. Yeah, I had a show you came through in New York, and I'm standing there with you, and I'm like, look at Tiffany. She got this dude in fucking check. And he like following you around, but he know not to get too close. But this guy, most women would want. Like,
Are you talking about that basketball player?
yes.
Oh, no, that's the homie, man. Nah.
No way. That's the homie?
That's the homie, man. We just crack jokes and shit. Like, he ain't ever came at me like he was interested.
Yo, that guy right there, that's a handsome guy. Like,
I mean, yeah, he's handsome, but he's silly and
you had him
goofy.
like, yo, sonning him, like.
He's a baby too. Like, he's so young. I mean, he's young. I mean, if he came at me, if he would have, approached me in that way, I might have played patty cake. I might have been like, let's play house for a day or two. But he didn't approach me that way. He approached me like, like a friend. And he just been like, I really feel like he like a big little brother. Like, he's a giant, but he's like young, thirsty for knowledge. And, we talk business and crack jokes, but
in this industry, I ain't know it was little big brothers and all that. I didn't know that. I thought it was like, I ain't to be with Tiffany Haddish. I swear to God, the whole night I'm with you, I'm joking. I'm like, yo, she's sonning this dude. Like, this dude, he might be worth 100 million or something, right?
I don't know how much. I don't know how much he worth, but I know he cool.
He worth 100. He worth 100.
Well,
so,
I didn't know that.
I'm like, God damn.
Maybe that's why
he came up like that.
I didn't know that. That's the homie. Maybe that's why he stopped calling me when I was like, yeah, I got a boyfriend now. He was like, oh, congratulations. I ain't heard from him since. Maybe that's
you messed up. You messed up because that boy was on you.
I didn't feel like he was on me like that though. He never
he was on you. I could tell you from one guy to another. He was on you like that.
Well, he didn't.
And let me tell you, you worked so hard, Tiff. I know COVID might have slowed it down or whatever, but you work aggressively. Why do you work so hard? Why do you work so hard? Like, I see you in this movie, that movie, this, and then I'm watching Good Morning America. You on there? You work very, very hard. Could you tell me why?
Because I'm building an empire, bro. I'm creating generational wealth, not just for myself or if I get foster kids or adopt or whatever, but for like my family, for people that work with me. I'll outwork anybody. I will outwork the hell out of somebody. I might not be the best, but I'm really good at putting in that work. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why. And I love what I do. I love it. I love it, so it don't even feel like work all the time.
I always have this nightmare, and this me. I have one, and it's like animated in cartoon, and it's always a project building because I grew up in Forest Projects. A project building chasing me in my dream with hands and legs, like trying to pull me back into the projects. And it's a nightmare. I get up like sweating, like, holy shit, I don't want him to grab me. I don't want to be back in the pissy elevators. I don't want to be in there. And so when I see somebody like you who came up from nothing, working so hard, I wonder if you have those nightmares or you have those worries.
I used to have, and that might be also why I work so hard. I used to be homeless as hell, sleeping in my Geo Metro, like, and I never want to experience that again. Like, and every time I get a check from a movie, I buy a piece of land, and I try to like pay it off all the way as soon as possible. So I'll never be homeless. So my family will never be homeless. Like, that was the worst feeling in the world to have to like take baby wipe baths, and, like, go into coffee shops and wash up, or be staying in a homeless shelter afraid of if I'm gonna get raped or whatever, like. So I I guess to answer your question, yes, I had those dreams, but now I've secured. I know that no matter what happens, I will always, always have a roof over my head. And I might be, still live in South Central LA. I'm still in the hood. People like, why are you still over here? You should be in the hills. Build up my community and make it better. The more people like me that live in the community, the better it'll be. And then the children that live in the community can see, like, oh, she never left the hood, but she might leave the hood to go to work, but she always come home. And it's better here, and it's to be an example to me.
I love that. I love that, but I think that's one place where, and I'm always in the hood. I own businesses in the hood. I'm in the hood every day, but I don't live there, and I think it's more dangerous as a guy. So you say Jam Master Jay got killed, Nipsey, and even Fat Joe. God forbid Fat Joe get killed in my hood. They be like, damn, he had all that money. He was like what is he doing here? But I guess from a female's perspective,
and I never lived that life. Now I dated a gang of dope dealers. I've been around some shit. But
I know you've been around some shit.
People, yeah, I've had on my cheek. Somebody got shot right next to me. Their brains was on my face. I've experienced things, but I don't associate. Like, I still have my, my day ones that I still talk to or whatever, but I don't hang out like that anymore. I'm too busy working.
Let me ask you a question, Tiff, right? Because you keep talking about family, and then we know you grew up in a group home. Did you forgive your family for letting you be in a group home, and now y'all together and you take care of them? Like,
yeah, I got forgiveness in my heart. At the end of the day, look, my mama had mental illness because she had a car accident. Okay, her head went through a windshield. It's not her fault that she couldn't be the best mom ever, and she was a great mom before that accident. And then that accident made me grow up. Like, and she the first person I ever loved. And always she installed in me that family is everything. Now, some of my family members don't seem to think so. And some of my family members I don't fuck with. Let's be honest. Because they be on that felonious bullshit. I love them. I love you. I'll help you to this extent. And then you got to figure it out yourself. Because I had to figure it out myself. And what I've learned is, especially over these last, 5-6 years, you can give your family everything. If they don't work for it, they resent you. They resent you. And then they're mad at you because which don't make no sense to me. I'm like, here, you need a car, you need money for this, here you go. And then they're like, and you want me to pay you back? I never asked you to pay me back. I never asked you for shit. But
I actually don't loan people. If I love you, I won't loan it. If you came to me and say, Joe, I need $25,000, I love you, I give it to you and make clear I don't want it back. If you give it back, it's a miracle. But I don't want to be like, I loaned her 25, she didn't pay me back, now I feel away.
Right.
I learned that a long time ago because usually 99% of the time you loan somebody something, they won't give it back. And now you looking at them like, yo, he trying to play me? She trying to play me? So now if I do, I give it to him and say, listen, you don't owe me. Nah, Joe, I'm going to get it back to you. I'll be like, nah, here's a gift. Know what I'm saying? But you can't keep coming back for a gift. So, if I love you, you might have a good one-shot deal for a gift. Like, yo, Joe, I got an uncle. He asked me to buy him a Frankfurter truck, a hot dog truck that he could sell a hot dog. I gave him the money for it. I never seen the truck. The man come back a year later talking about, yo, can you give me some money? I want to buy a hot dog truck and sell hot dogs in front of the hospital. I give him the money again. He come back 1 year later, yo, Joe, I want to buy a hot dog truck. I said, listen, Unc, this is the last hot dog truck I'm giving you the money for. and I ain't never seen one yet. And so you get a little bit of survivor's guilt where you feel a little bit fucked up because when you was broke, you was with these people. But we just can't, we want to be supportive. We can't just let nobody take advantage of us. I guess that's the key.
That part, because they get, and people get like they think you, some of the family members feel like they entitled to something. And I'll be like, hold up. Did I give birth to you? No. Did you give birth to me? No. Okay, when I was in the homeless shelter, did you say, hey, come stay over here? No. When I was doing these comedy shows and I was inviting you out to the shows and told you I would even pick you up and take you with me, did you show up? No. When I said, hey, no. When I said, will you help me just wash the dogs for me? I give you $300 to wash my dogs. No, I ain't washing your goddamn dogs. Okay, so, bitch. I can't help it. And that's why I started saying, okay, let me work a little harder, build up my company. Then I could provide jobs, right? I could provide jobs for people. Now when my family come at me when they say they want some money, I say, I don't got no money to give you, but I got a job and you can earn it. Do you want a job? Do you want to put in some work? And then they be
some people don't want to put in work.
They don't want to work. So if you don't want to work, you don't want no money because you're going to have to earn this now because I earned it. I bust my ass. Only person could just get money from me however, whenever they want to, is my mama.
You know what happened?
And my aunties. That's it.
You know what happened to me, Tiff, is my brother had a lot of money, and I seen him do beautiful things for the whole entire family, bought everybody furniture for their houses and all that, cars. And then he got into drugs, and so he lost his money, and then he was knocking on family members' doors to spend the night because he had nowhere to stay. Mind you, he bought the TV, the couches, the everything, and motherfuckers was calling my mother like, yo, your son over here, we ain't letting him in. We ain't letting him in. But when he was getting that money, they loved him and they waited for him every day. So with me, and to all my family members, if you want to know why, I seen how y'all treated my brother. That's why I never let them abuse me. That was a lesson for me. God put that in front of me, so it'd be like, Joe, you're about to make some money. Don't let these people take advantage of you. So, you know, if it's an aunt in the hospital, somebody's funeral, I'm going to pay. If it's something, I'm going to pay. But abusing me, I'm not going for that. I'm not.
Yeah, I have
no going for that with nobody.
Right. I just ran over a basket, bro. I just ran over a basket. I got to get up out this Lowe's. I just fucked that basket up. I'm out the Lowe's.
Yo, sis, you crazy, man. But let me tell you something. I love the haircut.
Thank you. I love it. I got 3 moles on my head. I found a new mole the other day under one of these wrinkles on the back of my head. Found out I got me a meathead. What?
You got a what? A meathead?
Yeah, I got a meathead, and when it's all the way clean, all the way bald, nothing on it, it feels kind of like a penis. So I think I got a meaty dickhead.
Yo, Tiff, you gotta stop, man. Let me ask you something, yo, Tiff. I usually ask people their top 5 rappers. I want to ask you your top 5 comedians of all time.
Top
dead
5
or alive.
Dead or alive. Top 5 comedians of all time. Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, and I really love Wanda Sykes. I really love Wanda Sykes. I love what she brings to the table. And I could keep going. It's at least like 20 comedians that I feel like are the dopest of all time. But
because we left out Eddie Murphy.
Well, Eddie Murphy, that's a comedian. Eddie Murphy is dope, but I haven't seen his stand-up. I haven't seen nothing new. But also, I ain't seen nothing new from George. But he did, Lenny Bruce.
The old Eddie Murphy raw. I don't know if you was too little for that.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I can start reciting all of it to you right now.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my girl Shayla. Shayla, she's on here. She said Wanda Sykes. Yes.
Yes, Wanda's dope. But Eddie, there's a lot of comedians. There's so many great comics, so many great people
you got 2. I think David Chappelle is the greatest of all time. I think Richard Pryor is the second greatest. I always thought Richard was the greatest, but I can't even front no more. Dave Chappelle the best, right?
Yeah.
So we got Richard Pryor. I say Eddie Murphy third.
Okay.
That's where it gets tricky. Let me ask you something.
You remember George Carlin? George Carlin was one of the most intellectual comedians.
No, it was funny, but do you remember Ralph Cramden?
Yes. Yes.
Is he a comedian?
That's an actor.
Yeah, but the honeymoon, he was funny as hell in the honeymoon. But
he didn't do stand-up, though. He used to do song and dance, like vaudeville stuff, but he wasn't a stand-up comedian. You talking about stand-up, or you talking about, like,
everything? Just comedian, fam. Funny people.
Oh, funny people. Well, then you need Lucille Ball. I mean, Ralph Cramden. Yeah, him.
I'm going Ralph Cramden, and then fifth, I'll go with early Cat Williams.
And even current day Cat Williams. This nigga's hilarious if you get him on the telephone. You gonna die laughing. Cat is dope.
Cat is dope. I fuck with Cat Williams. You know, back in the day when he was talking about, he was coming up like an essay on the baby carriage. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was with somebody and they were smoking mad weed. I don't smoke. Smoking mad weed back in the days. And when BET used to have the comedy series, they had this big fat dude. I definitely caught contact. And he had a little head. And he wore the extra suit, like the long-ass Steve Harvey suit, the long
talking about Lavelle Crawford. I think you're talking about Lavelle Crawford or Bruce.
Lavelle Crawford, bro. Yes. Yo, listen, Tip, he started looking like a human M&M with peanut to me. Yo, I almost died. And then he did a stand-up where he was talking to crack cocaine. He was like, crack was talking to him. That I almost died of laughter. Watching that.
That is one of the most funniest, underrated comics ever. Lavelle Crawford is one of the dopest, like, in one of my personal favorites. He was on Breaking Bad as well. He's dope.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. He was funny. I almost died. I'm going to give George Lopez a shout. I watched his last stand-up comedy, which is funny. And what's your man, the big boy that died? Rudy May?
No, Ralphie May. Ralphie May. Fucking hilarious.
I thought he was funny.
Undeniable. Yep.
Ralphie May, I thought he was funny.
Yep, he's very funny. Very funny.
Dry comedy, I'm going to say Larry David. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, Larry's hilarious, too. And he does stand-up, too. He's funny. Smart man. Smart.
I was surprised I liked the last, the Seinfeld. The special they got on Netflix, because I'm not a Seinfeld type. I'm a Cat Williams type of dude. Like, you know what? That Seinfeld, that was hilarious, the last Seinfeld. I got it.
Yeah. Seinfeld is funny. He's not where he's at in life because he's not funny. Or just because he's white, you know. He puts in the work. He's a funny guy. But, you know, he got nominated for an Emmy for his special. And Dave Chappelle got nominated for an Emmy for 2 specials. I got nominated as well. So, you know. Whatever.
Yo, Tip, I love you. I want you to drive safe, so I'm going to let you go. Because I know we've been breaking all types of rules.
Tesla is driving itself, really. I just put my hands on the wheel so I look like I'm doing something.
So you got a car that drives itself?
Yeah, the Tesla drive itself.
Damn, man. Boy, you living the life, Tip. Yup, Tip, you living the life.
Got the car that drives itself right into the hood.
And you going green. I love you, sis. I thank you for coming on here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. You always keep it 1,000 with me.
Yeah.
I'm your brother for life, all right?
Thank you.
Love you, Tiff.
Wow. Love you, guys.
Tiffany Haddish on the beach. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I know.